I want to bring in Democratic Congresswoman from Nevada, Dina Titus. Congresswoman, thanks so much for taking the time on this important news day. I first want to ask you what your reaction is to the president ordering and then executing these strikes against Iran's nuclear program.
Well, like all the Democrats, we learned about it on television. He didn't bother to consult us. Now, there's an argument about the constitutionality. The Constitution gives the president the authority as commander-in-chief, gives the Congress the right to declare war. There have been conflicts there all throughout history. But right now, what you're seeing is the president politicizing this, making it a partisan issue, wearing a MAGA hat in the Situation Room, escalating threats during his speech, and not notifying any members of the Democratic Party, any of the leaders, going into this very drastic action.
Just to follow up on that, Congresswoman, we were told no formal Gang of Eight meeting in the House or Senate, anything like that. What sort of role do you think Congress now has to play in this conflict?
Well, in the past, even when you haven't had declared wars, whether it was Vietnam or Afghanistan, you've had involvement by Congress, either through an IMUF or the War Powers Act. Now we want to be sure that the president doesn't get us into something that's a long, protracted regime change kind of war, and we don't really know what's happening next, but we want to have some engagement. You see that Massey has a resolution that has till this Tuesday to pass. I don't know if they're going to even bring it for a vote, but at least to be informed, be at the table, be providing a check on some of the decisions that the president may make in a rash and secret fashion.
Yeah, and if I'm correct, that's actually a bipartisan measure that he's bringing to the floor. Let me ask you this, because I know it's early on and these strikes just happened, but there is a lot of strong reaction to it. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says President Trump launching these strikes is, quote, clearly grounds for impeachment. Do you agree? What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know how you make the argument for impeachment. I think it's more important now that we look at what's happening on the ground. We put our troops in danger. We put some of our allies in a quandary. We've got Americans who are in Iran who are trying to get out. Those are the kind of situations we need to be paying attention to. The votes aren't there to impeach the president, but certainly we want to hold him accountable.
Congresswoman, you are in Nevada. There has been a lot of conversation. I'm in New York City right now, and we know big cities all across this country are beefing up security. But in Nevada, your constituents, are they concerned? What are you hearing from them about this?
Well, they very much are worried, and they're worried not only about what's happening there, but what could happen here. Las Vegas is always a target, a lot of transient population in and out of here with tourists, a lot of activity for the 4th of July coming up. So we're putting out increased security around some places of worship and just being extra cautious and extra careful, kind of that see something, say something. And I have concern about who the president has put in charge of overseeing terrorist activities here at home, this 22-year-old guy who has no experience. He was just a loyal campaign worker.
All right, Congresswoman Dina Titus, thanks so much for taking the time. This is early on, and there is much more to come. We hope to continue the conversation with you.
Thank you so much.